Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to this Bulls Digital Update. My name is Paul Peck, joined by UB Bulls men's basketball assistant coach Jamie Quarles. A little chance for all of us to get to know a little bit more about you, Jamie, and who you are and what your role is here on Nate Oates' coaching staff. And let's talk a little bit about the transition that you had to make. This is your first year at UB. You had spent pretty much all of your life down in Augusta, Georgia, both as a college player and an assistant coach there. So what sort of went into the decision to kind of move up to Division I and come here to Buffalo?
Well, I think it was about time to eventually I want to be a head coach one day, and this was a progression in the steps toward that. And Coach Oates and staff gave me an opportunity, and I was excited. My boss and mentor thought it was time for me to try to step up to the next level, and here I am.
What was appealing about this job and this program?
The tradition of winning. I had a chance to meet Nate, spend some time with him, even before we ever talked about a job. And the atmosphere, the resources, people really care about men's basketball here. And I'm excited to be a part of it, and I enjoy it. And when the opportunity presented itself, I was all for it.
You come from a tradition of winning where you have been at the Division II level. Matter of fact, when you were a player, you played for the national championship in Division II. How much does a tradition of winning at any level prepare you for all the other steps that you're going to take as a player to a coach and as a coach to a Division I coach?
It's definitely it's really, really big. I've been fortunate. I played on some really good teams. We played in the national championship my senior year. My first job, I worked at Oak Hill Academy, which I worked for a guy that's won well over 1,000 games on the high school level. I had a chance to work with George Pitts, who's in the Tennessee Hall of Fame. He's won a lot of games. And my former boss, Demetrius, is going to end his career winning well over 500 games. So I've been fortunate to always be around winners and to be a part of winning organizations. And Nate's going to continue to win a lot of games. He's had a lot of success on the high school level and now on this level. So I've been a fortunate guy.
What have you taken from all of those high-level people that you've been around and all that winning that you've been around?
Their attention to detail. They breed winners, and it's a culture of winning, and they instill that from day one. And I think that's a really, really important factor in having a really good program. And I've been fortunate to kind of take that along the way, and hopefully I'll keep winning.
What was the transition like for you to come up here? Because you were coming up to a staff that had already been here before. Obviously, Nate's been here as an assistant now to the head coach, and Jim Weitzel had been here, and obviously Jim's been everywhere, right? And we mean that in the kindest of ways. And Brian Hodgson as well, too. So you were kind of the new guy. How difficult was it for you to sort of get yourself into the mix there?
Being a new guy is always difficult. A long way from home, so that was a transition. I think I embraced it pretty well, though. I was prepared. My former jobs and my bosses and mentors have all, gotten me prepared for this point. So I think I did a fairly decent job.
When fans come to the games and they look at the bench and they see you and Jim and Brian, they see the role that you have during the game as strategy and helping out and trying to make adjustments. But I know there's so much more to the job that you do. Tell everybody a little bit about what goes on when they're not in Alumni Arena watching you. And I guess the easy way to start that would be your balance between scouting, coaching, and recruiting.
I try to do a lot of the individual workout, the additional stuff when guys want to get extra shots in the gym. Hey, I'm a phone call away, I'm a text away. So I try to be that guy when guys need some extra help, when they're not feeling very confident with what's going on. Try to just kind of be that bug in their ear. When it comes to scouting, I help Nate prepare our kind of offensive plan. So all during the game, I'm that little bug in his ear. Hey, coach, last time down, this worked pretty well for us, and maybe we ought to try this. And, I'm excited that he trusts me in that role. And I think it's worked pretty well so far. And he takes some of my ideas. He doesn't take some of my ideas, but I think it really helps to give him that little extra bug in his ear because he has a lot going on during the game.
Sure. And what role in recruiting do you fall under?
Coach Hodgson does a lot of our recruiting, and whatever he needs me to do, I'm there. And so I kind of help him whenever he needs me to call this guy, go see this guy, and we tackle it as a team effort, and he leads it up, and whatever he needs from us, we're there. So it works well.
Interestingly, something you talked about in your role as the guy who was always there when players want to work out individually, I would think establishes a little bit of a different relationship sometimes for you with the players outside of a team setting and more of an individual. Maybe they get to know you, you get to know them better. How much truth is there to that, and how beneficial is that for you helping some of those players get through whatever they need to get through?
It's really beneficial. You know, you spend a lot of time with the guys in the gym when it's a lot of nights when it's just 2 or 3 of us in there at 10 o'clock, and it's a lot different than 6,000 people in there, and you get a chance to know the guys more. You spend more time with them, so when something's going on outside of the court, you know, sometimes we come back to meetings and I can say, hey, Coach, so-and-so is going through a little something, or we may want to address this or that. And so I like being that ear that the guys can, reach out to, and I'm enjoying it and embracing that role.
Yeah, that's a super important role that can really have benefits for a lot of things moving forward. Hey, Jamie, congratulations on being here. We're happy to have you. Continued good luck on all of your roles and making the Bulls even better than they are right now.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jamie Quarles. He is the Bulls men's basketball assistant coach, one of them playing a very key role for head coach Nate Oates, and we thank him for joining us on this Bulls Digital Update.